So we're going Facebook Live for the first time. We're going to be doing an awesome show today. We're going to be doing a show all about the legacy of my sister Pesha Leah, Bas Chaim Label, whose 7th anniversary of passing on the Hebrew calendar is today. Also in honor of yesterday being the show's birthday, and Pesha Roetter was the inspiration behind the entire concept of the show, as well as the inspiration of the title. As I'm sure most of you know by now, the title of the show is based off of a poem from Pesha Roetter, which I'm not going to read the poem today because we've read it a lot of times. It's on a few of our segments, but we're going to get ready to do an awesome segment. And we got a little over a minute and a half to go. As you can see, we got a lot of poetry, and we got some CDs. Yes, we still have CDs because CDs are awesome. And we have music. We're going to have a lot of music that connects to Pesha Roetter, whether it's music that she stood for or music that she really enjoyed. Yeah, it's going to be a great show, so call or text into the show, or if you want to do any Facebook comments on the Facebook Live. Alright, we're going to get ready to go. We've got just over a minute. Anyone know?
No one's watching.
5 seconds.
And I would say that we should take a day to break away from all the pain. Our brain is made, the game is not playing alone. And I would say that we should take a moment and hold it and keep it frozen and know that life has a hopeful undertone.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is Jorge Salazar of Earth Sky, a clear voice for science. You're listening to 88.3 FM, The Grizz, from the campus of Oakland University here in Auburn Hills, Michigan. Listen online at 222.wxou.org for all your music, sports, news, and campus events. College for your ears.
Good afternoon, Oakland University. This is Dovid Roetter
And Ashley Roscoe.
and you're tuned in to Bike of Life on 88.3 FM, WXOU, The Grizz, airing every Thursday at 4 p.m.
Please be sure to follow the show's Facebook, Twitter, and Mixcloud accounts using Bike of Life for audio recordings of the show and for any updates or news. And of course, please feel free to message us with topic suggestions, positive feedback, and constructive criticism.
Besides the online recordings, you can also listen to the show live at wxou.org/listen or via the TuneIn Radio app. And of course, be sure to call in or text into the show to give us your thoughts at 248-370-4274. Texting courtesy of Zipweb. Alright, everybody. Hello. Welcome to another segment of Bike of Life. This is a very special and important segment to me. This is the segment where we're going to discuss the legacy of Pesha Roetter, my beloved sister who passed away 7 years ago today on the Hebrew calendar. As we all know by now, hopefully, the show Bike of Life, which celebrates one birthday yesterday, is all because of the inspiration of Pesha Roetter and what she stood for, what she represented, and just, who she was as a person. And so we're going to be doing a little bit interesting of a show. So we're going to discuss her legacy. We're going to discuss some of the memories we have. We are going to play a lot of music that she stood for. We're going to play a few songs that were composed based on some of her poetry. And we're going to also be reading a lot of her poetry today. We are going to have a weekly mission, so don't worry about that. We're still going to have a weekly mission. But yeah, it's going to be a very interesting show. Hopefully we're going to have a lot of people texting or commenting. We are also Facebook Live for the first time, so that's going to be an interesting experience. So if you are interested, we will be posting the video afterwards. If you wanted to, for those of you dear fans who make sure to listen to the uploaded segment, we're gonna have the audio file and the Facebook Live video posted online. So yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
Get some behind the scenes look at the live studio too.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah, it's things are going pretty good, I would say. And we're gonna start with a special song. It's called Ashreinu. It's sung by Alan Freed. It is a Chabad nigun. We discussed about in last fall, or I'm not sure if it was the fall or winter. I think it was in the winter. We discussed the power of music, and one of the things is that the nigun is a tune or melody, and they don't have words because help a person and connect to a person in a way that is not limited by mere words. So this one happens to have words. The words are Ashreinu Matov Chokenu, Uma Noyim Gorelenu, Uma Yafa Yerushaseinu, which is translated to be Ashreinu, how fortunate, Matov Chokenu, how good are your portions, Uma Noyim Gorelenu, how pleasant are your lots, and Uma Yafa Yerushaseinu, how beautiful is your heritage. It is a song that meant a lot to Pesha Roetter. It was kind of her go-to song, her motto in life. As we're going to hear in a short little bit from her poetry, her blog was titled Ashreinu. So she really lived by the message of Ashreinu, and we're going to discuss a little bit after what she interpreted Ashreinu to be. But for now, this is Ashreinu, sung by Alan Freed.
Ashreinu, Ashreinu.
So that was Ashrenu, like I'm free. And now we're going to discuss a little bit about what Ashrenu meant to Pesha Leah. So I'm reading directly from her blog. Her blog is ashrenu.blogspot.com. That is ASHRAINU.blogspot.com. That's where she has all of her poetry, and so yeah. So her intro to the blog is "Welcome to my blog." Yeah, I finally made a blog. I titled it Ashrenu, notice the unique spelling, as this is a place where my continuous rambling will help me realize just how fortunate I am. Ashrenu, as you'll see in my subtitle, also stands for "As she helps reach another individual now uplifted." Being that my life is mostly all about shluchos, I'm on a mission spreading the word of the message of making this world a place of holiness and godliness. This blog is really as I help reach another. Who's uplifted, you might ask? Well, we all are. Because when one person helps another, the entire world becomes a better place. But mostly, I was referring to myself, because I get no greater spiritual charge than when I have helped someone else. Ashrenu, how fortunate, lucky, blessed, thankful, grateful, privileged I am to have life, to be a Jew, to be a chassid, to be a shlucha, to be me. Ashrenu, as you'll see in my subtitle, is an acronym for a seeker halts, reflects, and eternalizes, naturally uplifts. So that's a second way that Ashrenu stands for. Sometimes it's necessary to halt from the daily grind of life, to reflect on choices, to internalize and learn from experiences. This creates an energy that motivates further accomplishments and achievements. Ashrenu, we are all fortunate. If only we could consistently recognize this and use it to motivate us further. Ashrenu, my blog, allows me to pause and reflect through my writing, reminding me just how fortunate we are. These reflections, although personal, resonate within many who are dealing with, as we all are, the waves of life. I therefore release my words, my lifeline, out to sea. Ashrenu, we have something to hold on to. We can ride the waves, overcoming the challenges, one at a time, until we reach solid ground. So, as you can hear, she really was all about helping other people, and that's what she was. She really just her whole life. So I'm just gonna go into a little backstory of what happened. Pesha Leah, at the age of 23, she went to one of her best friend's weddings in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and was driving back with a family back to Flatbush, and around Pittsburgh, a semi skidded on black ice and fell onto the car that they were in, and Pesha Leah, along with the driver's son, Dovid Roetter, who was age 10, both passed away, and the driver of the car, Rabbi Roetter, was in serious critical condition for a while. So it's interesting because the last thing that Pesha said to me was, obviously I don't remember word for word anymore, but it was basically she was on her way home and she told me that the next day we would spend the day getting ready for Shabbat, because it was a Wednesday night that it happened, and that we'd get ready for Shabbat together and, do some cooking and cleaning, as we tended to do during those months that I got to spend with her in New York. And she said that she'll see me soon, and that was the last thing that she said to me. But it's interesting, some of her poetry just really, as all good poetry does, it always resonates at other times. There's always deeper explanations, and some of her poetry just really pops out at times that we need it to, for her family and for her friends. That's our way of still connecting with her. And, so I picked out some of her poetry today that I believe really reflects who she was and what she stood for. And also, I picked out ones that weren't, that were easy to explain, because a lot of the stuff that she writes about had to do with her connection with Judaism and her connection specifically with Lubavitch, with Chabad Lubavitch, and the idea of going out and spreading the life of Judaism to the world. For example, she went out to Switzerland for a year or so. She did stuff in Sarasota, Florida. She did stuff in her city right near her home in West Bloomfield, Michigan. So she really lived a full life in the 23 years. And another thing, she really worked on herself. We're gonna play this first song that was written, that she wrote, that was turned into a poem shortly after her passing, called "Isn't Your Cup Full?" It's sung by Mendel Markel, and we're gonna listen to that.
Bear with us, we've never used the CDs before.
There we go.
3, 4. Isn't your cup full? How many more tears must we shed? Isn't it hard enough? Isn't it time for this darkness to end? You watch our struggles, I know that you feel all of our pain, but we still move on, asking are the losses worth the gain? Well, isn't your cup full?
sure if the first half saved or not.
My dad was watching.
Is he the only one?
There were two that kept popping in and out. But the other dad's home.
So, the real beauty of that song, which I forgot to mention before, was that the whole song is saying we want the Messiah, we want the redemption now in a bunch of different languages because it's a universal thing and that we want this world to be a better place. Now, apologies to those watching via Facebook Live. We had a glitch with the Wi-Fi in the area, so it did pause. Hopefully the first half of it's saved. But if not, again, the audio file will definitely be uploaded online as always. But yeah, we're going to listen to one more song before the break. This is called As I Dance the Night Away, again by Mandel Martel, with a poem written by Pesha Roetter. And towards the end of the poem, it was a small piece was added. I believe it was written by my sister Malka in honor of my brother Ava Mayer or Red and my sister-in-law Rena's wedding that took place a few years ago. So this is As I Dance the Night Away by Pesha Roetter, sung by Mandel Martel. Let's get that going.
Just smile and hear me say I wish you the best in every way. May your happiness always stay. I wish you the best in every way.
Alright, we're going to take a quick break with some PSAs and then get on with the show. Don't forget you can call or text into the show at 248-370-4274. Texting courtesy of Zipwhip.
Yes, then check out the Center for Student Activities and Leadership Development by going to oakland.edu/volunteer. Some of the many community agencies that need your help include the Baldwin Center, Crossroads Pregnancy Center, Old Person Center, Gleaners Community Food Bank, and Lighthouse of Oakland County. You may also sign up for the VIP program, which recognizes and awards OU students for their volunteer efforts. Other programs include the Michigan Service Scholars, Alternative Spring Break, and the American Red Cross Blood Drive. Contact the CSA for more information by calling 248-370-4338 or by emailing vendor@oakland.edu. Sign up now and give back to your community by volunteering. A message from WXWU and the Center for Student Activities. If you're interested in investments and finances, then check out the Society of Applied Investing and Financial Education. Through SIFE, students will acquire skills and knowledge for the global economy, integrate their thinking, and learn investment techniques from seasoned professionals. Plus, it's a great resume builder. The organization provides hands-on experience by trading among stocks. They want their members to benefit from having financial success and gain experience for the future of investing. Every semester, SAIFE also hosts a stock competition where students will get a chance to win tuition credit. Please visit the website for more information at w3.sba.oakland.edu/student/SAIFE. You may also email SAIFE@oakland.edu for any other questions. Make sure to check out the Facebook page at SAIFE at OU. This message is brought to you by SAIFE.
Alright, welcome back. Don't forget, for those of you who have memory of Pesha Roetter, you can always call or text into the show at 248-370-4274. Texting services provided by Zipwhip. And or you can comment on the Facebook Live, which is back up and running. So feel free to tune in to that. We're going to read some poetry of Pesha Roetter's right now. It's going to be, so the first one that's going to be read is called Am I Good Enough? And it was actually written the day before she passed away. So that's it's a way of her, finish. You'll hear in a minute how beautiful it is, and how when you realize that it was written right before she passed away, it takes on a whole new meaning. So Ashley is going to read this one for us.
Ashley's going to read this one. Okay. Am I good enough? I'm not good enough, or am I? Always striving to be better, so I am never satisfied. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough? You just won't accept my imperfections, no matter how hard I try. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. I will make mistakes, even though all I want is to do what's right. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. You always want something more. Why do we have to fight? I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. The voices of others echo inside of me. Say I can't get past this hill. I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough. If I never learn to accept myself, for if I don't, who will? I'm not good enough. Am I good enough? No, I'm not, simply because I think I'm not good enough. I am good enough. Yes, I am. Always striving. I am better since I am never satisfied. I am good enough. I am good enough if I just accept my imperfection, knowing how hard I tried. I am good enough. I am good enough. My mistakes will make me learn what I truly want so I can choose what's right. I am good enough. I am good enough. I always want to be better and I don't like to fight. I am good enough. I am good enough. I will find others who see inside of me and help me climb this hill. I am good enough. I am good enough because I have learned to accept myself. Now I know that you will. I am good enough. Am I good enough? Yes, I am, simply because I think I am good enough.
Wow. Thank you. Thank you, Ashley, for reading that. And the fact is, Pesha Roetter was more than good enough. She was always there helping other people. And after this next song, I'll go into a little bit of some of the examples that I personally witnessed. And again, if anyone wants to call or message us, this next song I'm going to play is called Eishes Chayil, and sung by Alvin Fried from his My Fellow Jew album. It's a song that's written for the Jewish woman to personify how special they are and how important they are in the household. For example, one of my favorite lines is that the husband will turn to her and say, "There are many beautiful women, but none surpass them like you." And then right immediately he's reminded to himself that beauty and charm is nothing. A God-fearing woman is the one to be praised. And Pesha Roetter was definitely a God-fearing woman. She was always doing things for God and trying to make this world a better place, a place where God can feel comfortable having His presence in. And so this song is dedicated to her memory. Eishes Chayil is defined to be a woman of valor or a woman of excellence. And that's really what Pesha Roetter was. She was always striving to bring more value to herself and to the world. Alright, so Pesha Roetter was always trying to help people, and one of my favorite memories that I have with her is when she was praying me for my bar mitzvah. And the bar mitzvah is when a Jewish man turns 13 and takes on the commandments. And she felt that in order for me to do that, I need to know what it meant. And so in Chabad, one of the ways of doing that is we review over what's called a mimer, which is a discourse from the Chabad Rebbe on a particular subject. And there's a famous one written by the 5th Lubavitcher Rebbe that is called the Bar Mitzvah Mimer, the discourse for the Bar Mitzvah. And she taught it to me. And now, that alone says a lot about who Pesha Roetter was. The fact that she was the one to teach me the mimer. It wasn't one of my rabbis. It wasn't one of the teachers in my schools. It was my sister, Pesha Roetter, who knew the mimer and well enough to teach me and my brother Menachem. But more so, she also taught us the whole history of Chabad and what it means to be Chabad and what it means to be Jewish. And she wrote me and my brother this beautiful poem that I'm going to read now called Dear Brothers. And even now it still resonates, still speaks a lot to us. So, my dear brothers, as you pass this milestone in your life, becoming something else, now you are men. Responsible for your actions, charged with a mission as men. But yet, to me, you'll always be boys, my younger, even my baby brothers. I want to hold your hand, to guide you as you cross the many busy streets of life. I want to care for you, to help you, to look after you, to make up for all those missed opportunities. My brothers, have I told you how proud of you I am, how each of you makes such a difference in my life, how much I cherish you and hope for you? Have I taught you? No, not enough. No, not enough. And now, as you move on to adulthood, here I am standing off to the side, looking on with pride, hoping, dreaming, reminiscing, and probably crying. Tears of joy, this is your simcha. Tears of excitement, we've been waiting for this for 13 years. Tears of worry, oh how I want what's best for you. Tears of pain, enough is enough, why Hashem? Tears of hope, I know that you can accomplish so much and you each will. Can't we turn back time? Can't we try again? This time I'm holding your hand, protecting you, caring for you, shielding you from any harm. My brothers, my baby brothers. Yes, I know, but to me you'll always be the babies of the family. Men, I feel that I barely held on to my baby boys. No, I have so much more I want to teach you. I wish I could just say, follow me, and now I have to let go. Yes, I will let go. Watch you go your own ways, crossing the various streets life has to offer. But every so often you'll hear me shout, watch out, danger, or whisper, are you sure that's where you want to go? Or cry, why Hashem, haven't they had enough? Or shriek with excitement, life had those intensely good times too. Or sing with joy because I'm so proud. Go ahead, make your own choices in life, and if you ever need someone's hand to hold, when life gets tougher than you thought it ever could, when choices are harder than you ever could imagine, when right looks wrong and wrong looks right, I'm here for you. Yes, life is a busy street, but remember, Ashreinu, we are fortunate. Let God and Chassidus be your compass or GPS, and enjoy the journey towards the Gula Shlema, which with Mashiach Zikenu. Malta, may go Chayil Michayil, from strength to strength, becoming Chayolim. Soldiers in the Rebbe's army, Chassidim, Yerushalayim, and Lamdin. May we have guidance with Torah for your good. Sorry, it's a little messed up with printing here. And may we May we merit the time of Mashiach Sekeno with more love than you probably ever thought existed or could even imagine, your proud and humble sister. So I've read that poem countless times since I received it in 2007, and it resonates even today because any time that I'm struggling with something, I've seen Pesha Roetter. She's come to me in different visions. She's really just found ways, whether it's a repeating poem coming up on Facebook, which is how Bike of Light got started, or just or just a saying that was that she was known for, or a person that she has something to do with that messages me. She finds ways of connecting to all the people that she left behind. And just, I mean, the things that, the way she would polish her candlesticks for Shabbos with such love and enthusiasm, the way that she had 13 people or 17 people by her table for one of the holidays and right shortly before her passing, and the fact that she was so concerned about her guests and so much love for her guests that she had me search all over Crown Heights for salmon gefilte fish because her guests didn't like regular gefilte fish. And it took a long time to find that thing, but it tasted really good when she made it. Her outlook on life was always positive, always trying to see the good in things, and always just trying to find ways to turn it around into something that was, something that we could learn from. Alright, so we're going to have another song. This is Samat Sama, also sung by Alan Freed. It's partially in Russian, and it's part Hebrew, part Russian. It translates to, "My soul thirsts for you, my flesh longs for you. Oh, you foolish Mark, why you travel to the fair? You don't buy, you don't sell, you only cause trouble." It's a song that connects a lot because there's this adorable, cute video that my sister took of my niece, I think it was Devasara, when she was maybe 3, of her teaching her this niggin. And so this song is one that I feel that connects to her. And so we're going to give a listen now. Alright, and so we're getting close to we're just under 10 minutes, so some of the songs are gonna be a bit short. So before we forget, we're gonna do the weekly mission. So it's time for the weekly mission. So I'm sure you can probably guess what the mission is this week. This week's mission is do something selfless. Do something just for someone else without expecting anything in return, and do it in memory of my sister Pesha Roetter, because that was what she stood for. She stood for, first off, working on herself. For those of you who knew her, she worked extremely, extremely hard on herself to become as selfless of a person as she could, and to always be thinking of others. And it was not easy. She was constantly striving a little bit each week to work on herself. And again, that's where kind of the weekly mission came from, was because I saw what happens when you just do a little bit each week, and it really changed who Pesha Roetter was, and it helped give her the legacy that she created for herself. So this week, go out there and do just a little something, whatever, buying someone lunch or whatever it is, just do something to try to make this world a nicer, better place, something in memory of my sister to show that her legacy of helping others is still continuing. Alright, we're going to have this next poem read by Ashley. It's called I Used to Dream, But Now I Know. And it's about the concept of dressing modestly, because Pesha Roetter always dressed modestly, and that's something she really worked hard towards. And we were told even that when the medics came to the car and they saw Pesha Roetter, that she passed away, they said that her wig, her hair covering that she wore because she was married, was completely intact. That not a single strand of her hair was showing, and that's divine providence, because Pesha Roetter was always careful about that, and so God allowed that when she passed on, the medic shouldn't see her with her not dressed modestly. So this is I Used to Dream, But Now I Know.
As a child, I used to dream I was a princess in a palace so grand that my very own father was king of the entire land. Even if I could not see my father all the time, I knew that everything was forever good and fine. As an adult, I realize I don't know that word.
Which word?
Bonus Yisrael.
Benos, daughters of Israel.
Benos Yisrael, we are all princesses, it's true. Our Father is the King of all kings, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Yeah, which is the kings of all kings.
Even though we can't see him and he seems far away, I know he watches over and cares for us night and day. I dreamt that the girls of the town would sometimes laugh at me because I looked and acted so differently. I knew that as a princess I was above the rest. The king expects his children to be the very best. I realize now the rest of the world thinks we are strange and bizarre. Our lifestyle is different from theirs by far. But as Benos Melech, we know we must strive higher, every mitzvah that we do to fulfill Hashem's desires. I dreamt that it was hard to be different, yet inside I knew that royalty had to be reflected in all that I do. That's the king's daughter, people would say aloud, and all I really wanted was to make my father proud. I realize now it is hard to be different, yet we all know what is right. That tznius is in thought, speech, and action makes the world more bright. It should be obvious to others that we are daughters of Hashem. Kol Kavuda Bas Melech Panema, we are different from them.
Kol Kavod Bas Melech Panema, that is that the honor and beauty of the daughter's king is inside. So it's saying that it's not about the outer beauty, it's about how you act inside and how you act, or what your thoughts are. We're going to finish in a few minutes, so we're going to play this next song. We're going to play most of it. It's called The Rose Endurance of Beauty, which is, again, a song written by Pesha Roetter, sung by Mendel Markel. We're going to see how much of it we can get through before our time is up.
with which this world was blessed. Although it's just a flower, it differs from the rest. It's known as nature's ultimate beauty and allure. Yes, the rose represents splendor that will endure. Yet amongst the sharp and piercing thorns it grows, thorns which are likely to tear apart the delicate rose. They are so close at hand and threaten to overcome. Still the rose is strong, through the thorns it won't succumb. Uninfluenced, unharmed by the roughness that surrounds, amongst the treacherous thorns, the rose is crowned. It's a rose in essence, and that will never change. Despite the various challenges, a rose it will remain. We are compared to roses. Our essence
So, we're gonna have to end the show in just a minute. I just want to quickly share. I know I've shared it a couple times, so that's why I didn't make it a huge thing. But Pesha Roetter saved the life of a girl who was in the car. The girl was crying and wanted to be out of the car seat, and my sister said no, we're not moving the car until she's buckled. And it ended up being that she took a video of the Rebbe and put it in the baby's lap, buckled the baby in, and just minutes later the accident happened and the baby was saved. So Pesha Roetter was always thinking of other people, always trying to make this world a better place. And all I can say is I really hope that you gained some insight into who Pesha Roetter was, and I did her legacy justice. So hopefully you'll all go out and do something to make this world a better place. This is Dovid Roetter
And Ashley Roscoe.
tuning off for another amazing episode of Bike of Life on 88.3 FM, WXOU, The Grizz, airing every Thursday at 4 p.m.
Please be sure to follow the show's Facebook, Twitter, and Mixcloud accounts using Bike of Life for audio recordings of the show and for any updates or news. And of course, please feel free to message us with topic suggestions, positive feedback, and constructive criticism.
Besides the online recordings, you can also listen to the show live at wxou.org/listen or via the TuneIn Radio app. And of course, be sure to call in or text into the show to give us your thoughts at 248-370-4274. Texting courtesy of Zipwhip.